Jai Hind everyone. Myself Dr. Kamal Kumar Mittal, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department. Today I am going to discuss about the basic concepts of work study. So work study investigates the work done in an organization and aims at the finding the best and most efficient way of utilizing the available resources. So there are different machines in the shop floor and there are different operations done on different machines. So there is always a scope of improvement in each and every area, right from the receipt of the raw material. Then this material goes to different machines for operations. There may be some assembly operations or there may be some physical change in the workpiece. Then finally this product goes to warehouse and then dispatched to the customer. So we can say that there may be a scope of improvement in the productivity. There may be a scope of reduction in the cycle time. So suppose we can take an example like if we are considering a air cleaner assembly cell, means there are different parts like case and cover, which is made by some injection molding machines. There are different cycle time for making case and cover. And finally, there is a different cycle time for assembly station. So suppose this is a vendor and here is the store. So we are taking the material from the vendor and send it to the store as per the requirement. Now there is a machine which is used for making case, and there is a cycle time for making this case by injection molding machine is about 45 seconds. For example, vendors store, then we are having the case injection molding machine and suppose cycle time is 45 seconds. Now we are having the cover also. Suppose the cycle time is 46 seconds. Cycle time is basically the time which is used in making one complete piece. So for one complete piece made by injection molding machine, for case is 45 seconds and for cover is 46 seconds. And in between this we are having the foam. So that we can use some third party, that is foam assembly we can say. And finally we are having the assembly station here. Assembly station, and suppose the working time, the cycle time, it is about 56 seconds. So there is a different cycle time. And finally this foam is sent to this assembly station. Then we have case, cover and foam assembly, and this is converted into air cleaner, assembly. Now after this complete set sent to the warehouse. And finally this is this dispatched to the customer. Now suppose customer is asking the piece in 40 seconds, means 40 seconds basically the tag time. But our cycle time is 56 seconds. So we have to reduce this and to meet the customer demand by 56 minus 40, that is 16 seconds. So our aim is, or our objective is to reduce this time by 16 seconds. So what we can do, we are having the machines at different places. So we can group all these machines together, and we see that the case and cover machines, these are normally automatic machines, and if it is fully automatic, then it is very hard to reduce the cycle time for these machines. So we can work over this assembly station area, and what we can do, we can bring all those machines, case injection molding machine, cover injection molding machines, and this foam assembly, which are placed randomly in the plant, to one place, so that, and this assembly station also, so that the traveling distance, and the number of workers which are working over these stations can be minimized, and also the cycle time can be minimized. So this way we can do the improvement over a particular machine, or in this we can say this is WIP, work in process inventory, we can also reduce. We can also increase the productivity by suggesting some similar method, by some better method. We can eliminate the unnecessary activity, we can combine the activities over this assembly stations. So this is the main objective of work study, and it is having two components. One is method study, and second is time study. Method study is the systematic recording and critical examination of existing and proposed ways of doing work. It is having different steps, like first is selection. Selection means selection of the working area or the job which is to be studied. Then we have to record all the information related to the working area, like cycle time, how much inventory we are having in buffer, what is the traveling distance by the work pieces, we are having the number of workers working on the workstations and assembly stations. All the information we have to record. We are having different chart, like operation process chart, man machine chart, multiple activity chart, for recording all the information. Then we have examination. We have to critically examine all the activities at the micro level. Then develop the new method, develop the best method. We can take some technical collaboration, we can automate the activities. Then define the new method. There is proper standard operation procedure for the existing method and for the current method. So we have to define each and everything. Then we have to implement. Then implement the new method on the shop floor and analyze the variation with the standard procedure and the actual practices which is going to be done by the supervisor, engineers and the workers. Then maintain. Then maintain all these things, means which the practices which are going to be implemented, and analyze that there is a scope of improvement in the new method. Then we have time study. Time study is a methodological way to observe and measure employees' work rate using a timing device. There are different stopwatches, there are different timing devices. The purpose of time study is to check the performance of the operator, and it is basically to improve the efficiency of the operator. By this way, the worker will be awarded if he completes his job before the scheduled time, or he produces more number of products. So based on number of products, he will be awarded, and thereby the worker will get motivated and he show his faithfulness towards the organization more. Now then we are having some procedure for method study. There are 7 steps and we will discuss these steps in detail. Now first is the selection of the work to be studied. Means selection of work, this basically depend upon 2 factors. First is economical and second is the human factor. These are the 2 factors on which selection will be depend. Economical means यदि ये लगता है कि मैनेजमेंट को कि we are getting some profit or we will save the money by implementing the new policy, new method, then only management will support for this process, this procedure for study over a particular area or over a particular job. Then human factors. Human factors are basically like the people which are directly engaged with the machines. उन्हें इस बात का डर रहता है कि कहीं हमारी जॉब ना चली जाए या we will be overloaded or our wages will get reduced by implementing new methods. So these 2 factors are very, very important for selecting the work which is to be studied. Then record all facts about the method by the direct observation. Then we have to record all the facts in the existing method, like what is the, like if we are discussing the case of assembly cell and we are having number of components, then cycle time, what is the cycle time, what is the time required by the customer, how much inventory we are having daily basis, how much inventory or how much raw material we need from the vendors, how much workers, how many workers are working on a particular machine, what is the work in process inventory, etc. So for recording all these things, we are having different type of chart, like operation process chart, flow process chart, two-handed process chart, and multiple activity chart. So to present these charts, we are having different symbols. By using these symbols, we can differentiate these charts and analyze the process at the micro level. We can reduce the fatigueness, fatigueness of the worker. We can show the imbalance of the different organs used by the worker in an organization. And there is a relationship between the different organs which is being used for making a particular job. Now we are having operation process chart. So there are different symbols, like first is the operation. Operation, this is the first symbol. So operation means, like for example, if we are going to make a joint in a carpentry shop or in a smithy, like, so what we have to do, suppose in carpentry shop or if we are working on a wood, so first we have to cut the desired shape. So cutting a workpiece is a operation. Cutting the workpiece by some tool, or we can say hacksaw. Then we have to see second symbol is inspection. Inspection means, now we are making a joint. There is a joint and there are different type of tools, like we are using tri-square. The purpose of tri-square is to check the perpendicularity of the joint. So if there is a gap, then we have to correct it and again check by tri-square. Now suppose we are working on a lathe machine, we are developing a cylindrical surface, we are going for turning operation. So we have to check the diameter by vernier gauge. So inspection means checking the accuracy or checking the desired shape. Then we are having the transportation. Transportation means transferring a job from one place to another place, one station to another station, or also within a machine itself. So, like transporting the raw material from one station to another machine, or from store to the existing working station. So, transportation it is used. Then we are having delay. Delay symbol means there are two things. One is delay and second is the storage. So delay basically the temporary storage, means the jobs which is going to be operated. Job is in queue. Job यदि queue में है और machine busy है, then it is a temporary storage. Or some power failure during the operation, then it is a temporary storage. Or the job is waiting for the lift for one place, for movement from the one place to the another place. So this is the temporary storage or delay. Then finally the storage. Storage means like the raw material is stored in the storeroom, or the finished good is stored in the warehouse. This is called the storage. So all 5 symbols are used in different type of process chart. So like in operation process chart, we are having only 2 symbols. In operation process chart, we are having 2 symbols only: operation and inspection. Operation and inspection. So, like operation means in left side we write the time, and in right side we define the operation. Cutting the job. Then we move forward and define inspection. Time is 30 seconds. Checking the perpendicularity by chi-square. So these 2 symbols are basically used. First is the operation, cutting the job, and then checking the perpendicular by using chi-square. So this is the operation process chart. And then we are having the flow process chart. In flow process chart, we are using all 5 types of symbols: operation, inspection, transportation, delay, and storage. Now we can also having the case like we are combining the different symbols, means we can combine operation and inspection simultaneously. We can combine the inspection and transportation symbol simultaneously. For example, in a bottling plant, what is there? Bottles are moving over the conveyor. So this is basically an operation, or transportation is there. And at the same time, some sticker is pasting on each and every bottle. So one is the transportation and second is the inspection. Second is the basically the movement, transportation, and second is the operation, which is the pasting of the sticker over the bottle. So 2 things, operation and transportation, which are going to be at the same time. Similarly, if we are having like some quantities which are going to be shifted from one place to another place, and we have to count these things. So we have to counting and moving, means transportation from one end to another end, and inspection is there. So both the things happen simultaneously. तो दोनों ऑपरेशन एंड इंस्पेक्शन या ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इंस्पेक्शन दोनों जो सिंबल्स हैं वी आर यूजिंग एट द सेम टाइम. सो इन फ्लो प्रोसेस चार्ट we are using all 5 type of symbols, and these are differentiated by man chart, machine chart, and these chart shows the distance traveled by the, if we are having man chart, then this shows the distance traveled by the man, and if we are having machine, then it shows the properties of the machines. So this is the flow process chart. Then we are having the multiple activity chart. Multiple activity chart shows the activity of both machine and man in parallel. समानांतर रूप में दोनों की जो क्रियाएं हैं, क्या समय लग रहा है दोनों मशीन और पीपल के द्वारा, वो नोट किया जाता है. एंड आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू रिड्यूस द आइडल टाइम. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ वी हैव टू मेक ए होल और ए वर्क पीस, then what we have to do, we have to make one table here man and here machine is. So initially what we have to do, we have to set the jigs and fixture and place the job there, and then we have to fix the drilling tool over the machine. So this activity is done by the man, and suppose the time taken is 10 minutes, and machine is remain idle in this period. After this, the power is switched on and the drilling is done by the machine over the workpiece. So from this, if man remain idle, the time is suppose 15 minutes. After this, again we have to take the job from the workpiece. We have to remove some chips or some, we can say, some unwanted material from the workpiece. This is done by the man also, and machine remains idle. Suppose 5 minutes is taken by the man. So we have to note down all the cycle time. This is 15 minutes and 15 minutes by machine also, and check the idle time of both machine and man. Suppose it is 2 minutes and it is 2 minutes also. So we have to, our objective is to reduce the idle time for both man and machine, and we can utilize the man for some other purposes when he is idle. Similarly, we can utilize the machine for some other purposes when the machine remain idle. So this is the multiple activity chart. Similarly, we can use 200 process chart. The objective of 200 process chart is to show the relationship between two hands, left hand and right hand, and it shows the imbalance of the motion or the activity done by the two hands, and it is helpful in deciding how we can utilize the more in an effective manner two hands, so that the fatigueness of the operator can be minimized. Then we are having some other steps like examining all the facts critically, then develop, define, implement those methods, check all the methods in a defined manner. So this is the brief of the method study basics. There are two components of method study: time study and work study, and we have discussed some steps of the method study today. Thank you.